Okay, so here we have a bird's eye view of the front yard, and I froze the frame there just to give you an idea. We are going to make a vegetable patch there. There's the part that I marked off. That's roughly where we want to do it. So let me show you what happened.
Right, so I decided I'm going to extend this little beginning fruit forest here a little bit, and I'm going to bring it up here to where this big tree trunk is that I placed here as my marker, so that it follows that line from there and then goes more or less down this line here as well. I'm going to bring those rocks out and pack them here. Now you will see that the ground slopes off down towards the left, and this is incredibly hard ground. It is boulder clay and rocks, as you can see everywhere. It's very, very hard, so there's no water infiltration. So what I'm going to do now is let me just put down this thing. I'm going to level this out and then hollow it out slightly, so that we have a kind of almost like a little bed, and that'll then be covered in a very deep layer of mulch. I'm looking for at least 15-20 centimeters of mulch. It's going to be put down here. It's going to be bordered with rocks. I'm just going to use those bricks and rocks lying over there to border this thing with. And then when we do get any rain, I'm going to make a small channel down here to channel it into this, so that we get more infiltration here. And I'm going to plant something that can it's both drought resistant as well as being able to stand in water for a while. I'm thinking like something like a sweet thorn or something thereabouts that also has to be a nitrogen fixer, so that when we do have any movement of nutrients, it will move down from here through this bed, and it will start feeding all of these plants. Because you will see that these are coconut palms, and I've got 4 of them here, and of the 4, this is the smallest. This is the baby. The others are all bigger, and the reason for that is probably because when I still used to irrigate, the irrigation came from down there, and it would move up here, and then this little guy would have the least pressure, so it got less water than the others. But also the fact that there are less nutrients available to this one because it's right on the edge of the bed. So I hope to rectify that problem with this. This is my gardener. This is Romeo, and he's doing all the heavy lifting around here. We're busy changing this vegetable patch / mini fruit forest and adding some beds here to the side. Now this ground, as you can see, is rock hard and full of bloody boulders, and what we're doing here is busy leveling it out, making terraces, so that we don't get, when it rains, that the water doesn't all run off and disappears, so that we get more water infiltration. Because it doesn't matter how much rain you get, if there's zero infiltration, then it doesn't help you at all. So this is now being dug out a little bit. You'll see the part there where the mango tree is about 20 centimeters or so higher than the ground down here. That is all mulch. All of that there's almost nothing that's actually planted in the soil itself there. It was just planted in mulch. So what we're doing here now is we're going to be leveling this out. He's making a couple of holes in there as well, as you can see, and that will slow the water, so it will catch the water, and water will then start infiltrating here. Once all of this is done, it will be filled up with mulch, which we've got quite a bit over there, which I bought quite a while back. We're filling that up with mulch all the way down to what now just looks like a compost heap, but it's actually a roadway going down here.
Okay, so this is just to show you what it looks like after it's been dug out. We haven't added any organic matter in there yet. In the next step now, we're going to start adding bushes that's lying around, and weeds, and all kinds of branches and twigs, things we don't really have a use for. The only other use you would have for it would be to either mulch it or to turn it into biochar. Now the other way then is that you use it as a substrate for this. And this is the exact same hole, but just from a different angle.
This is now day 2 of the operation. So here you can see the beds have been created, the swales have been dug, We're now busy filling it with organic material, and we're putting some of the rougher stuff at the bottom, and then finer seeds, grape seeds specifically, and sawdust, etc., will go on top. And by this afternoon I can start planting in here. This is one way of utilizing everything you would normally consider to be a pollutant, to be weed. It's a way of using all of that and turning it into rich organic compost, and ultimately into fantastic soil as well.
Okay, so here, this is the end result. We've dug it out, we filled it with rough material at the bottom, we added the fine stuff on top. Now it's ready to be soaked and then seeded or planted. You see there's some fennel, Cape gooseberries, and a wormwood on the left in the background. There's a mulberry right at the back, that's a mango tree. There's some comfrey growing, some turmeric there on the right hand side, a bit of dandelion, there's an aloe. That is a chosen tree, a South African indigenous tree. The keerboom is what it's called in Afrikaans. It's a nitrogen fixer and a very, very good pioneer plant, because you can put it in anywhere. They only live for about 8 to 10 years. So it gives you more than enough opportunity to chop and drop and to use the material for whatever it is that you may need it. These pictures just show you, I just went to take some stills a couple of minutes ago, didn't realize it was already dark, but I just went out to take a couple of stills just to show you what it looks like when you don't have all the wind and the branches swinging around and all that. And there's the next one, and the next one. Yeah, and that's it. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this, remember to like and subscribe. Bye.